Don't write Ronaldo off because he'll go and bag a hat-trick, and then he did. The same thing every week's not really going to get picked, guys.
Yeah. Who asks, can you send nudes? Oh.
That and more coming up as myself and Ian are here to answer some of your questions in our weekly Q&A. Let's get things started because it's getting exciting.
It is getting exciting. So one for you, Matt.
Yes.
Connor Diffley asks, which manager will get the sack next in the Premier League?
Funny you mentioned that, Ian. Funny you mentioned that, Connor, because Unai Emery has left. Him and his backroom staff have been sacked by Arsenal, leaving just Freddie Ljungberg as interim. Do you reckon he's walked in the office and no one's there and he's like, guys?
It's a little bit awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Well, there was nobody there last night either for in the stadium.
That's true. There's just no one there at Arsenal.
Yeah, not a surprise, this one.
Okay, so Emery sacked. Quickly, who's going to take over? Who's your number one?
Well, Ljungberg for now.
Yeah.
If they had any sense, they'd go for Allegri.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with Allegri. But we'll answer Connor's question as well. After Unai Emery's been sacked.
Marco Silva can't have much time.
We were agreeing too much.
Oh, okay. Pellegrini?
Yeah. Oh my God, okay, yeah. Pellegrini or Silva's next.
Pellegrini
surely.
or Silva, yeah.
Let's get into it.
Another one for you.
One for me.
Yeah, another one for you. It's a lot for you. Weekend Vibes asks, do Real Madrid have what it takes to win the Champions League?
Ooh. My God.
They're in the competition, so they have potential to win the Champions League.
They have potential to win the Champions League. I'm going to say no. And I know that you would have written them off, maybe not written them off, but it's an obvious thing to say, without Ronaldo, they don't quite have that firepower. But it is true. Without him, how many times did he save them in the Champions League when they won it 4 years out of 5?
Yeah.
Like, without him, I just think they're missing that player who's just going to drag them through and maybe get that last-minute penalty or get that winner or put in a stunning performance to turn things around.
You don't see Hazard doing that for them?
Nah, not at the moment. If he picks up his form, maybe. I also think partly not even Real Madrid's fault, there are just better teams out there.
Yes.
Who, if they come across, a certain Jurgen Klopp, or if they come across maybe even Guardiola, or another team, maybe even Bayern at the moment.
Maybe.
I just think Real Madrid aren't certainly not a favourite to win it.
Okay.
Right. Oh, pardon me. Paul S. has said, talking of Cristiano, is Cristiano slowly getting too old? His form has been dropping since he joined Juve, and I don't know if he can keep his performances even with his work ethic.
Well, we're all getting old.
Yeah. You know what he means in footballing terms.
Okay.
Is the age catching up with him?
Well, he's getting subbed a lot more. He's picking up a lot more kind of small, niggly injuries that we wouldn't expect him to. I think he's had his worst start to a season after 14 games since 2006, 2007.
Oof. Right.
And when he was a very different player then, in his Manchester United days. It probably is. It's just, yeah. And you can see the frustration in him.
Yeah.
Because he knows he relies so much on his body. I mean, that sounds stupid, but he really does rely on his physique to be the player that he is.
Yeah.
And you can see the frustration is getting to him. He knows.
Yeah, we said this a few weeks ago on the Daily News, and everyone was writing him off. I was like, don't write Ronaldo off because he'll go and bag a hat-trick. And then he did.
Oh, he's still an amazing... I mean, his slowing down is still better than 99% of anybody else who's ever played football.
Yeah,
he's still
that's
amazing.
True. Yeah.
But yes,
he's slowing
down a little bit.
Right.
Okay. One for you.
Oh, it's you again.
Cosmin Dumitru asks, which Ajax wonder kids from their current squad are going to leave them in the next transfer window or in the summer one? You're an Ajax expert these days.
Expert is a strong word, but we did just put out our Ajax video where myself and loads of the One Football crew went and filmed all sorts of bits surrounding Ajax, which you can check out. We'll leave a poll above your head.
Yeah.
It's going to pop up and it will get rid of Ian's face.
Oh.
Sorry. Then you guys can check out the Ajax video. As for the question, I think Donny van der Beek's the next to go. He's the biggest, certainly, name from the academy who almost didn't go in the summer, was linked with a move to Real Madrid. Him and Hakim Ziyech, who is performing sensationally.
He's so good.
Yeah. Both of them.
We're not them.
Yeah, we're not them. Probably on the radar of the biggest clubs. So I'd guess those two would be the next to go.
Okay.
Next up, Mohamed Daij has said, what would a defender have to do to be put next to Pele, Messi, Maradona and Ronaldo?
Score goals. score as many goals
This
as they
is
do.
the problem with like the Ballon d'Or especially. What would you say, apart from Van Dijk who's got a great chance, what does a defender have to do to like be up with those names and win the Ballon d'Or and stuff like that?
Well, we always favour strikers because they do all the glamorous stuff. Nobody really likes the kind of arduous kind of water carrying at the back. What would they have to do?
What is it that Van Dijk's doing?
Well, he completely revamped the Liverpool defence, which led to them almost winning the league, but winning the Champions League. So you got to do something as amazing as that. Like in the way Fabio Cannavaro captained Italy to a pretty incredible World Cup win in 2006. You've got to do something that good if you want to beat a forward.
It's not easy. You're making it sound easy.
No, it's definitely it's definitely not easy.
That's it. Just revamp a defence and win the Champions League.
Easy as that. Yeah. You do that, then you'll win the Ballon d'Or. Can I just mention? I would love for Van Dijk to win the Ballon d'Or. I think he deserves it this year. Him or Lewandowski.
Oh yeah, I'm backing Lewandowski.
But it's going to be Messi. Yeah, which is a shame. Okay. Now one for you, Matt. Mustafizur Rahman Akash says Liverpool can't keep a clean sheet at the moment, which is true.
Yeah.
They haven't kept one since September or something ridiculous like that. What are they lacking and what is the solution?
So this is the thing I was mentioning the other day about going against Van Dijk for the Ballon d'Or. They've kept 2 clean sheets in 23 games. Which, if on one side you're saying he personally revamped the Liverpool defence, he then takes some of the blame for the Liverpool defence. If he's the big man who's taken them to the next level, then he's also the one who's kept 2 clean sheets in 23 games. Having said that, the problem obviously lies within the defensive unit as a whole. I think Alisson's injury throughout that period hasn't helped him keep clean sheets. And coming back into it, probably still yet to get back to his former best. As for the solution, maybe another solid player to play alongside Van Dijk. I think Lovren's good in spells. Joe Gomez has had a massive injury and Joel Matip seems to be in and out with injury. If they're having someone as consistent as Van Dijk and that back four never changes, then that probably helps, but it's a lot to ask. To have another Van Dijk who's equally consistent and is equally injury-free, I'm sure everyone would love a defender like that. I'm not sure there's no clear solution.
I don't see this huge problem though, because they are still outscoring teams,
but
obviously.
This is the problem. Once Mane and Salah maybe go through a rough patch and don't find the back of the net, then you'll turn to the defence and say, stop conceding. At the moment, let the fullbacks go forward. It's like only having 2 defenders.
I love those fullbacks.
Yariel Hernandez has said, should big teams be looking at Niko Kovac as potential manager, like Arsenal or Everton?
No.
No?
No.
Do you reckon he's had his stint at the top?
I mean, he had the big club. He had Bayern. He showed he wasn't able to handle it. He wasn't able to handle the big egos in the dressing room. I mean, he won the Bundesliga, but whatever for Bayern, that doesn't count. I just can't see him being able to recreate what he did at it was Frankfurt, wasn't it? Yeah, recreate what he did at Frankfurt at a big club. It's a completely different mentality. And it's a completely different way of playing.
I agree, but I think Arsenal and Everton aren't in that Bayern Munich level.
That is true, and it's interesting that they mentioned Everton. That Yariel mentioned Everton as a big team.
Club. Okay, they're not. But in terms of if you were to pick Frankfurt of the Premier League, in terms of spending power, in terms of quality players, you would pick someone like West Ham or Everton.
Yeah, that's true.
Or maybe even Arsenal.
But obviously Arsenal are going to be looking for a manager. It won't be Kovac.
No,
not out.
I think his time at the top may have been ruined almost by that Bayern.
I mean, he'll get another team.
Yeah,
but it won't be anywhere as big as Bayern or a big team. Okay, so one for you from Ethan Esterhuizen.
Right.
I think I pronounced that right. I hope I have. If you were the new manager of Man United, that's an interesting gig. Well paid.
Yeah. Is it better than this job?
Maybe.
I probably get more abuse here in the comment section than United manager does.
You might do, yeah. Would you sign the following players?
Okay.
Koulibaly?
Well, obviously I'd sign them, but is it realistic or not? Yes, I would sign Koulibaly for United.
Kimmich?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Havertz?
Yeah, unbelievable.
Immobile? Or Immobile as it should be.
Yeah, he's in ridiculous form.
Haaland?
Yeah, looks brilliant for the future. Yes, I would sign them. Whether or not I think they'll all come to Man United is a different question, but those 5 players.
Which one of those do you think would actually come to United?
The most realistic is probably Haaland.
Yeah.
with all the links and the rumours that have been talked about and the amount of money that they can pay him, it's a big step up from Salzburg. Yeah, that's probably the most realistic. Sebo X DJ said, do you think any team in Liga could take over PSG if their mentality breaks down with no success in the Champions League?
No.
They've just got too much money.
Too much money, too much resources, too many good players.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess there will come a day when maybe the owners might not be as interested, and then there could potentially be a chance for a regenerated Monaco or a regenerated Lyon or
I think
Marseille.
Lyon and Marseille,
But right now it's too hard to see. I mean, if they lost Mbappe and they lost Neymar, and then Cavani will obviously go quite soon, you might give some hope, but it doesn't
go and buy someone new.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
No, not anytime soon. Okay, Manan Barwal asks, on what basis do you choose the questions to be featured in this episode? I'd like to know the process for this
How
as
do
well.
we choose the questions? Usually our producer Ryan chooses them, or I will have a gander through myself and then pretend to not have known them when you ask me them. Honestly, I know those you ask about there, we tend not to choose ones that are too similar every week. So when a lot of people ask, who's going to win the Ballon d'Or, Van Dijk or Messi? It's just every week and like 20 people ask it. Or
who's better, Messi or Ronaldo?
Yeah. Or who's going to win the Premier League, Man City or Liverpool? Like the similar samey stuff we tend not to choose. But some people have put forward some really, really interesting questions about tactics or about, managerial changes, all their opinions as well. That's interesting, yeah.
Don't ask the tactics ones, we're not smart enough for that.
No, but we tend not to, all the quick fires, who's more important, Mane or Salah? The same thing every week's not really going to get picked, guys.
Up your question game.
Yeah. I mean, just, throw in something different, something a bit interesting. We're not, the whole Salah, Van Dijk, Messi, Ballon d'Or stuff is just so overdone.
Also, it's a team sport.
It is a team sport, yeah. So let's get some more interesting questions in.
All right.
But thank you anyway, obviously, for leaving all of them.
That was a good question.
That was good. That one's actually interesting.
Yeah.
Next up, Shivansh Shekhar said, do you think Timo Werner is overrated? He scores goals against average teams in the Bundesliga and has not done very well in the Champions League.
It depends what you mean by overrated.
Yeah.
Like, is he the next Ronaldo? Probably not. Is he good enough for Real Madrid? Probably not. But he's a very, very good player.
Yeah, he's a quality striker.
He's got 12 goals in 12 games in the Bundesliga for Leipzig. 4 assists. Love the game. And then now that I think about it, the games might not be right. He scored 2 against Benfica in the Champions League. He's still only 23. Give him time. What's overrated, underrated? He's a very, very good player.
He's not going to be Ronaldo or Messi.
No.
But I'm not quite sure anyone thinks he is going to be anyway.
No, he's a completely different player. Yeah. Very, very good.
He's a quality striker, and I'm sure many teams would take him. Apart from maybe Real, Barca, and the top ones.
There's no shame in it. No shame in that whatsoever. Like, if you're banging in goals in the Bundesliga, you're a pretty good player. I would say you're rated.
You're rated.
Yeah.
It's very funny that people are, the Bundesliga. Everyone just, as soon as you score, everyone just looks at the quality of the opposition. He plays in the Bundesliga. The Bundesliga, you have to play every team twice, so he's got to play against them. He can't just sit on the bench and wait until Bayern Munich and Dortmund come into town. You have to score.
And he bangs in goals for Germany too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no.
He's good.
Quite harsh.
Yeah. Okay, Chris M. Oh, this is perfect for you. Is Dele Alli going to improve with Jose being in charge of Tottenham?
I'm not sure if Ali's going to improve necessarily on his style or how he is as a player. Jose will just bring the best out of him mentally. I think Ali is one of those who needs to be fired up, who needs a massive challenge. Things may have been a bit too easy under Pochettino, may have been a bit stale. All of Pochettino's tricks to get, to fire players up, to get the best out of them. After 5 years, you probably learn all of Pochettino's tricks. If he says this one thing to get you fired up, it does, and then after it, you're like, I've heard this all before. So I think Mourinho will bring out a new side in Ali, and Mourinho is very sort of arrogant, pompous, that style, and so is Ali, and he's at his best when he's got that arrogance, that bit of bite. So I think Jose can bring that out.
He'll respond well to it.
He'll respond well.
I think you've even seen like a little bit in the games that he's played under Mourinho so far that he's
been fired up.
He's not his brother.
Yeah,
he's Dele Alli.
I do also think that they'll probably end up hating each other after 2 years. But for these 2 years, he'll get a lot out of that.
For 2 years, it'll be amazing.
Yeah. Okay. Louisa Harfig. Oh, she's actually got 2 questions, rather interesting. The best player you ever saw play live in the stadium?
Messi.
Was that one game, or he's just the best player you've seen play?
He was I forget, it was in the Camp Nou.
Yeah.
It was Barcelona against, I forget the opposition. Oh, God. But they were 2-0 down, couple of minutes to go. He came back and scored 3 goals. Or something ridiculous like that. And
Messi.
There you go, that's pretty
I saw Messi play live at Spurs Barcelona last year, but he came on for 10 minutes and didn't really do much. So technically he is the best player I've seen live, but in that specific 10 minutes he didn't do. I guess, yeah, I've been lucky to see him and Cristiano Ronaldo. And back in the day, actually, 2005, I went to watch Real Madrid in the Champions League.
Oh, yeah.
Zidane, Beckham, Ronaldo. It was obscene. Yeah. David Beckham that day was phenomenal.
I put Pirlo up there as one of the best I've seen.
Okay. Yeah. We are lucky. We sound like old nostalgic people now.
A little bit. I'm jealous about the Zidane thing, though. Very jealous.
It was phenomenal. She also says, is Ian one of the editors at OneFootball? Yes, you are.
Yeah. Well, I'm the editor who sweeps up when nobody else is around. That's
okay. Yeah. Ian, yes.
I put the dishes in the dishwasher. That's the sort of
a big part of our English team in the OneFootball newsroom, which provides all the stuff for our OneFootball app. So make sure you guys download that.
Nice plug.
Very nice plug. This is just full of plugs today. But lastly but not least, we have a question. Oh, it's for you.
No, it's for you. Yeah, it's from me. It was not from me. It's from X, who asks, can you send nudes?
Are we still sending nudes? Is that a 2019 thing?
Yeah. Yeah, isn't it?
I thought it was like send memes. Aren't they funnier than nudes?
They're definitely funnier. I'll give you that.
Well, it depends. You've never seen my nudes. Anyway, well, I think
I've seen you in some tight
trousers. Yeah, that's true. OneFootball parties go crazy. We'll leave that there, though. Of course, a quick reminder about the Ajax video as well that we've just released, which is super, super cool. And a big thank you to Ian.
Thank you.
And that's pretty much all we have time for. So we will see you guys next week. Make sure you leave your questions in the community tab on YouTube on a Wednesday evening. But from us, we'll see you guys next time.